All right. All right, let's go for it. Good afternoon, you all. Good afternoon. Come on in because class is in session. Today, we are going to be discussing the lead magnet for the day will be a checklist, a launch checklist. I'm going to show you how to create a launch checklist that you can utilize for any type of launch that you're having. Maybe you have a class coming up that you want to launch, you have an ebook you want to launch, you have a course, you have a webinar, you have a product that you want to launch. This is just a tutorial on how you can create that. All right, you don't have to follow each and every step in this launch phase because it might not be the appropriate steps for you to take, but this is just as an example. Okay, so I don't want you to be thinking that, hey, this is the holy grail, this is what I need to do to include in my launch checklist. But I do want you to take note and say, hey, I need to be building my email list. So here is another option for me to use in order to get people's information, to get their name, to get their email address. Some people ask for the phone number as well, which is perfectly fine, but you need to give them something of value in exchange for that information, because people, a lot of the times, unless you have built out your business to where people, they know you, they like you, they trust you, they trust whatever it is that you say. Hey, Nakidra, they will go ahead on and get onto your email list, especially if you've been showing up day to day. But if you are getting in front of new eyeballs, each and every day, if you're out there, you're running ads, you're getting on shout out pages, you're building your list organically, they're going to want something in exchange for their information. Okay, so today we're going to go through and create a checklist. All right, so without further ado, let's get on. Hello. Today we're going over the checklist, how to create a checklist in Canva as a lead magnet. So thank you so much for joining me once again. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. We're going to go ahead on and get right into it. Let me flip my screen around. All right. So we are inside of Canva, and when you go inside of Canva, you just want to go through, you can use a template, which we're going to use today, because I want these things to be, I want these things to not hold you up. So I don't want you to worry about having to go through and create anything from scratch. You can do that, but let's use the templates that are out there. So let's go through and make a launch checklist. Okay. So all I did was I went inside my Canva account. I typed in checklist. They have different ones. You could do a cleaning checklist, Christmas checklist, daily checklist, all different types of checklists. But I just put in checklist, and this is what they brought up as the general list. So we're going to go through, we're going to peek at some of these to see which style we might like. And so I'm thinking maybe something similar to this cleaning checklist or to this wedding checklist, because we're going to create a launch checklist. So like I said, no matter whether you're launching a book, an ebook, a course, a webinar, class, things like that, you can definitely use checklists for. Okay. So we are going to, let's choose, not that one. Let me go back up. We're just going to choose one of these wedding ones that I did see. And let's just choose this one. I want to choose this general one, cleaning checklist. Okay. And we're going to customize this template. And we're about to get busy. So some resources that you can utilize in addition to Canva, say for instance, if you want to put a picture in this background, which we are going to do, you can definitely use the photos that Canva has. If you have photos, personal photos that you want to use, you can utilize that, or you can also use Pixabay, Unsplash. Okay, you can use those too, because I think Canva uses Pexels. You know, they're connected with Pexels. So that is another royalty-free photo app that can be used to put in photos. So let's do a background. All right, let's go ahead on and put a background in here. And then I'll go and change this title. All right, so let's put in a background. We're going to go over here, and this is going to be our launch checklist. Let me just put launch checklist on here. So people that come in, they won't think that cleaning checklist, Dion, I don't want to look at no cleaning checklist, but you can do a cleaning checklist if that is what your business is about. Okay, but we're going to do a launch checklist, and let's go over to, I want to go to elements. Okay, and I want to look up, and I just clicked elements over here. I want to look up laptops. Okay, you can look up computer screens, whichever one you want to look up. And I think I'm going to choose, let's try this one here, because I want this to be my background, and I am going to make it really transparent. So let's drag it over here, and you see how that ended up on the background. You can utilize that. And to make it transparent so that I can see what I'm going to write on top, I'm just going to highlight that or click into the background and then use this transparency element over here in the upper right hand corner. And then we're going to take it down. And as you can see, it's becoming more and more transparent. It's in the background. Okay, and we might change that as we go, but for now, let's make it just a little bit more transparent. Okay, now, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will answer them. So don't hesitate to ask questions, because I want you all to get the most out of this tutorial, because we need to be building our email list, and we do that by having our lead magnets ready. Okay, so let's just say we have 4 phases to this particular launch. Say we're going to be launching a paid class. Okay, we're going to be launching a paid class, but this launch checklist, I want to give it to people for free. And I want you all to grab this free launch checklist so that you can start gathering the things that you need in order to launch your paid class. And then eventually I will use the people that I got onto that list. I will nurture that list to upsell them into the actual paid class. I'll still provide value, but I will nurture them, build a relationship with them, so that when I'm ready to put that live class, that live paid class out there, you know, they will purchase. Okay. So let's say we're going to go through the pre-work phase, and I'm using this template as is, and we're going to juice it up, you know, however we want to do it. So we're going to call this the pre-work phase. Okay. The next phase is going to be, after we do the pre-work, we're going to go through and do a landing page. Okay. And then let's just say, and we're not going to use this second page. Let me just get rid of that page so it won't distract us. Marketing and promotion. Get there. All right. Marketing and promotion. I want all that to fit on one line, so I'll just take it over a bit. And then the last phase is going to be our class structure. Okay. So then they had a flip down here. We're not going to do flip or anything like that, but let me take this down. And so I'm going to move this down. I want to grab everything. I want everything to move together. So I'm going to click over to the side and hold down that left click and make sure I capture all of this. Okay. And then I can move it down. I can move it down because it's not grouped. So I'm just moving it all down as a group. But anyway, here we go. Now we're going to put in the steps in here, the pre-work launch phase. Okay. I have these boxes to the left that they can check off if they want to. You could put circles, you could put dots, whatever it is. Okay. but this is just to give you some ideas. So the pre-work, you need to test out your idea. You need to finalize. Once you test it out, finalize your topic or your idea. Mind you, this is not a holy grail list that you need to follow if you are going to launch something. This is just an example to show you how easy it is to go in and change these templates so that you can create something to give to your audience, something that they want to download. So you want to make sure you have your graphics, you want your outline, you want to have like your goals, and then that can include revenue and attendee goals, right? You might want to make sure you get 50 people registered, or you want 30 people, or you might want 200 people registered. Whatever your goals are, you want to define those if this is something that you're doing. And then what are going to be your upsells? All right. So these are going to be revenue and purchases, right? You can have different purchases in here that add to the revenue. What else? Start and end date. Okay. Start and end date. And if you want me to do a different type of tutorial, just drop it down below, because I can come back on tomorrow and do one. So far we've done a worksheet, we've done infographic, we're doing the checklist, we've done a planner, we will go through and do a workbook. So if you have one that you want me to do a tutorial on live, just drop it below. And then you want to gather your support team. So if I'm not going to use these areas here, I'm just going to delete that. And then I'm going to go over and delete these three squares. Okay. And then I'm going to make this larger whenever we are done. Okay. So over here now we're at the landing page phase. So let's just say we do copy. Y'all see my Grammarly button in a way. Okay, copy, that's the words that are going to be on the page, what you're going to be saying to people who stop by your page. Okay, you want to gather some testimonials. Okay, then you want, let's say you might want to gather videos, because you may want to put a video on there, or audio. So I'm going to say visuals / audio. And that will consist of graphics. This is a visual. Again, you want to put this on your landing page. Photos, the graphics can be flyers, drawings, things of that nature, and then videos. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Today, we're creating a checklist, a launch checklist that you can exchange with your audience for their email address, because we're focusing on building our email address for Q1. We want to add 1,000 subscribers to our list. That's our goal for this quarter. And to do that, we definitely have to have a lead magnet. And this is the 4th lead magnet that I've done on live, to give you the different options that you can create in order to build your email list. So right now I'm just going over a mock launch list. Okay. So you want your autoresponder, and this is the email with all instructions. And like I said, this is just the mock-up. Okay. The next thing you may want is, and I'm just editing a checklist that was here. What's going on, Dior? I'm just editing a checklist that we got right out of Canva. And so this is how you would create, your lead magnet. And like I mentioned before, we already I've done an infographic, a worksheet, a planner. Now we're doing the checklist. Tomorrow, I think I'm probably going to do the workbook. So I'm coming live as often as I can to go over different options for lead magnets. And so if you would like for me to create a certain lead magnet, maybe it's one for your industry. If you want me to create it on live, I just drop it in the chat box and I will do that as well. Okay, so now for our launch checklist, we have the pre-work phase. This is a mock-up, okay? Pre-work phase, the landing page, the phase. Now we're going into marketing and promotion, okay? So what I want to do for that, undo. Okay, the first step that I want to do for marketing promotion, we want to decide which platforms. Remember, this is a checklist. And so once you accomplish these, you want to check this off of your list and move on to the next thing. Okay, you need to decide whether it's going to be, or are you going to have a group? Are they going to have access to a group, like a Facebook group, an Instagram group, a Telegram group? You know, you want to make sure you have that. Yes, Dior. So yes, I'm doing these all this week, and next week I'm going to be going through. Right now we're working on lead magnets, and then next week we'll be up to the landing page. You know, I'll be constructing landing pages on live via different platforms, whether it is ConvertKit, MailerLite, MailChimp, SamCart, Lead Pages, Canva. I'm going to be going through that. And then the final week, we'll be going through email sequences. So I'll teach them how to do autoresponders and welcome email sequences, you know, right here on live. So right now we're working on lead magnets, and this is the fourth one that I've done. And I leave these up for a few hours or for an entire day. Then I take them down because they're going to go into a vault that they will be able to have access to later. So for some more marketing promotion, you could do ads. Okay, decide whether you're going to do ads, whether you're going to do shout outs. Okay, then also decide if you're going to do other paid promotion. All right, so this is a part of that marketing and promotion phase. Get your content calendar done. And you guys, this is a mock-up launch checklist that I'm going over today. This is a mock-up launch checklist just to show you that this can be done inside of Canva for your lead magnet. Okay, and maybe you're going to have a live stream schedule. Okay, then you want to do your email drip campaign. All right, so this is what I have in this area. And since I'm not using these last few boxes, I'm going to take them away. Now we're on the class structure. All right, so remember, I was saying decide if you want it to be a group. How is your class going to be structured? So is it a Facebook group? Let me move this icon out the way so you can see. So Facebook group, is it going to be held on a private IG page? The Telegram app, Discord, Slack, Zoom, and this is just helping you determine how you're going to set up your class structure. And we'll remove this block because I don't need that block there. Okay, so the next thing is post important. Make sure you post important details and documents in the group. Okay, let me make it larger so you all can see better. Okay, and then what's next as far as group structure goes? Post the rules, and this is just helping you with a reminder of what you need to do, and then contracts, NDAs, etc. in place. Okay, now let's beautify this. Hello, let's beautify it. We have our structure laid out. Okay, we have our launch checklist. We did the background. We have a computer back there. Let me turn up this transparency so you can see what we had in the background. We have that. Okay, but I just made it very transparent. And so we're going to add in some other details. Let's change this font. And the way that you change your font is you just go over here. You click the different styles of fonts, and they're going to pop up on the left. And let's just see how it's going to look if I change it. And maybe I could just change this first one. I like that. Let's see. Launch checklist. Okay. And this is something that you will give to your audience in exchange for their email address, because we are doing these, we are creating these lead magnets to build our email list. Okay. So if you want to see a certain lead magnet be developed here on live, just let me know. Drop it down in the comments, and then I'll work on getting that one done as well. So I want to make this a little bit larger, you guys. I want to make this font, and then I need to go through. Let me take these off first. I want to make these just a tad bit larger. And all I'm doing, I'm just grabbing them all as a group and stretching them out. Okay. And I could correct it on this side here. Let me center that a little bit more. Okay. And here we are. This is very, very general. I would say it's very clean. It's not busy at all. It gets straight to the point. So it's very general. I would consider this one as one that's very general. It doesn't have a lot of busy elements here. Okay, so so whoever you deliver this to is really clean cut, almost modern, and nothing will distract them on this. Okay, nothing will distract this. That's why I left that computer in the background, kind of transparent. We could change the colors. Let's change this to a we could definitely change the color. Maybe you want it blue. Maybe we could say blue and then leave this one as black, or maybe your colors are blue and orange. You could definitely change it like that, or blue and green, or teal, or something like that. So blue and teal, we could do that. And then you can also change these titles to that blue if you would like it. Okay, you can also change it there. So it's just sprucing it up a little bit. And with this, you want to download it as a PDF document. And I'm going to show you how to download that. And we're going to open it as a PDF, and then they will be able to use this. They will be able to use this as a checklist to check off the things that that's required for this launch checklist. So this is just, like I said, it's a mock-up launch checklist. So let's go through and let's download it. So this is how you would download it as a PDF so that you can give to your email list, or so that you could build your email list. You want to go to share and then click on download. And once you are there, you want to click the file type. This is file type here. You want to go to PDF standard. And so I chose PDF standard because it says best for documents and emailing. Okay. The other one is best for printing. So if this was a multi-page planner or something like that, and they want to print it out, or they want to take it to Kinko's or wherever to get it printed out, or they want to print it out at home, you want to choose this one. Okay. But since we're going to be emailing this, people are going to be downloading it, we're going to choose PDF standard. And then you're going to go ahead on and download it. But I'm not going to press download just yet. I'm going to change this title because we use the template. It says black and white professional house cleaning checklist. So I'm just going to put in, for me, I'm going to put a mock-up checklist. Mock-up launch checklist. Okay, this is a mock-up launch checklist. So we just changed this title. So whenever we download it, we would know exactly what it is that we're downloading. We just changed up some colors. We made sure we had this background real transparent there. It's very clean, and it's not busy. People won't get distracted whenever it's time for them to use. Go ahead on, click share, download. And then remember, you want to change your file type to PDF standard because we will be emailing this. And then just click download. And once it downloads, I am going to open it up for you. And you will see it pop up down here. See right here, it says mock-up launch checklist. So let's open that. Let's see what we have, y'all. Look at that. Let me make it smaller so you can see. So this is how you utilize Canva. You go ahead on and utilize Canva. I have the pro account. I think it rounds up to like $12 a month, and utilize it, put it to use. If you're paying for it, put it to use, because we're trying to build our email list up by 1,000 subscribers in Q1. And so this is how you're going to do it. You're going to have to create a lead magnet. I'm showing you how to create a variety of them so that you can have these things to offer to your audience. And what better way of giving your audience something than is something that they want. So just poll them, ask them what they want to know, what they want to learn, what do they need, create it, have them download it, and now you have their email address and you can build a relationship with them. So let me know if you all have any questions. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have an idea of a lead magnet that you would want me to create on live for you, just let me know. I'll do that tutorial. This is the 4th one that we've done. And I've done a planner. We've done a worksheet. We've done an infographic. Now we're doing a checklist. And tomorrow will be I think it's going to be the workbook. So I'm gonna do a short workbook, maybe a 3-page workbook, show you how to create that inside of Canva. But yes, that's it for the day. And this is very doable. Okay. And if you don't want to do it, all you have to do is give it to your VA, your virtual assistant, tell them what it is exactly is that you want, and then they can create it for you. They can come in, you can have them come and watch these videos. I'll go live each and every day throughout the week. Sometimes, most of the time it's been in the morning time, but today it was in the afternoon. But if you're on my email list, I will send out a reminder. So just click the link in my bio and join my email list, or I have a free planner up there too that you can download as well. But you are so welcome, and thank you for being here with me. Once again, if you have any questions on a different lead magnet that you would want to see me create, I can do that. I can show you how to go through and create just about any, and I have my board over here, so I'm looking at my board, okay? So you could do checklists, infographics, workbooks, worksheets, planners, any type of digital document. If you want it to be a picture, if you want a flyer, you could definitely use that as well. A lookbook. Some people they're probably into fashion. They probably want a lookbook. If you want a content calendar, if you want to see how to do that, we can definitely put that together. A content planner, think anything. All right. So thank you all so much for joining me on today. I truly appreciate it. This video is going to stay up for the rest of the day. I'll probably take it down, tomorrow morning, but these videos are going to be accessible to you in a vault. And that is going to be my Strategic Systems Society membership. It's very low cost, very, very low cost. It's not going to even be $15. It's not going to even be that amount, but you will be able to have access to this, or your virtual assistants can have access to it, so that you can say, hey, go create me X, Y, and Z. They'll be able to go in, check out the video, create what you need, and give it to them. Okay. Because I know you have other things that you need to be focusing on, in the front end of your business. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining me. Be sure you could get onto my email list, or download one of my freebies right there right there in my link tree or in my bio. Get on that so we can stay in touch. And then if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Let me show you what you missed today. Let me show you, but it's about to be up. Okay. The replay is about to be up, because I know you always rocking with me. You always in here with me. We did a launch checklist today. I know y'all can see my camera up there, my ring light. So this is a launch checklist. We created that today. Right here, this is just a mock-up launch checklist. We did that as a lead magnet. You could call it a travel checklist. Okay, you could a travel checklist, and go through and give people different things, different phases of the travel packing process, or the travel preparation process that they would need. What documents would they need? Like if they need any kind of immunizations, what immunizations they need, depending on where they're going to go. What type of clothing do they need to have prepared? Do they need to contact the Airbnb? How many days in advance do they need to contact? All this kind of stuff for travel. So if you all have any questions, or if you have any checklist that not checklist, any lead magnet that you want me to create, just DM me. Say, hey, Dion, can you create this on live according to this industry? And we'll get that, because I don't want anyone to have any excuses, like when these platforms go down, when these platforms ban you, shadow ban you, block you, when you can't access your accounts. We need to still have access to our people, and what better way to have access to our people is to have their information, which is their email address and even phone numbers, so that you can still communicate to them. All right. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. So I'll talk to you all later. This video is about to go up, and it will be on the page probably up until tomorrow. So go ahead on, look at it, take your notes and get it done, because we created this really quickly. All right. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you all so much for being here with me. Bye, y'all.